Hi, this is Lucy, and thank you for coming to my channel. Today I was making this card and another slimline card as well, using some new papers that I have, and they were just so cute that I thought they're nice and quick and easy as well. Maybe I can give someone an idea or two on how to create a slimline card. So I'm going to create one today on this video, and I'll show you close-ups of those other ones at the end as well. So this paper pad is from Craft Consortium, and it's so sweet. I used one of those and die cut it out to create the circle, and used that fish paper as well. So you can see all the lovely designs here in this paper pad. And on the front page inside, you can actually cut out. It has some of the pictures as well. Here I've actually put that page through a scan and cut, and it's cut all these little penguins out. So I've just popped them in a little bag, and I can use them whenever. So that makes it nice and easy. If you don't have a scan and cut, you can just sit there and fussy cut while you're watching the TV or something one day. So I'm just going to cut this one out. I decided I want to create another scene card, and yeah, it's nice and thick because it's part of that paper pad. It did actually have images on the back page as well, but my sister and I went halves in this paper pad as it was quite expensive. And so we decided to have half each, as they came with 4 pages of each. So we had two left each. So I'm just sort of playing around trying to decide which part of this scene that I want in the background. And this die cut that I've just used, I didn't have any clue how it was going to cut out because I hadn't used it before. I've had it for a long time. So I'm not sure where I've got it from. But anyway, I realised that it wouldn't go all the way across. Well, it would, but it would be uneven on the sides because it didn't quite fit the card properly. So I decided in the end to cut off the sides and just do the top and the bottom. And now I'm going to stick this down. I'm just going to have a little look and see which side that I'd like to keep, which picture. So I've actually changed it over now to the other side because I really like those little skiing penguins there. So that's another thing to just be aware of sometimes when they're double-sided papers and you like both sides as to which you want to keep. So I'll just cut that off and trim any other bits, but I can use that again in another card now. So yeah, there's not much to trim off, but I'm just tidying up the sides. So these, I used to use Copic markers a lot and do a lot of colouring, but these days I've been doing a lot more adult cards than the children's style ones. So I'm really happy to have some of these to play with because I always love the cute animals and the cute little people. And so yeah, I sold all my Copics late last year. I ended up because I hadn't used them for a long time. So I'm just adding these now with glue as well as tape. That way I can move them a little bit to make sure that I get them in place. And I always keep in my mistakes, most of them anyway, because you'll see this is why I don't stamp all that often. I'm having a look and seeing what's the right colour, and yeah, I decided to go with the picked raspberry of the oxide inks, and I'm doing it very lightly. I'm being very good. I'm using my stamping tool, but here I end up putting down these and smudging the stamping. I didn't let it dry, and this happens to me way too often because I'm a fast card maker. so I end up making a lot of mistakes sometimes. But what comes with that is experience on just changing it up and trying to figure out how to fix it. So I'm just having a look to make sure, see whether this will cover it up and include covering the smudges. And yeah, so I just go through a few trying to figure it out how I'm going to change it up. And I actually prefer what I ended up with in the end. So it's amazing how sometimes mistakes, you can think of a different way around it. I really like, this was one that I put through my laminator with some glossy paper, so the sentiment's quite suitable for this because it's the same coloured pink. When I die cut that pink glitter paper though, I realised it's exactly the same width as my sentiment, so that wouldn't work. So in the end I decided to do it the old-fashioned way that I like to do, with my knife and ruler, and just cut that. So once I started cutting it, I realised that I had these offcuts of it, and I thought I may as well make a little banner from it. So I end up just cutting 2 little fishtails off both sides of the scraps that I'd cut off, and then I'll just put foam tape on the middle part so that that's actually raised up higher, and so then I have a little scroll type banner. So that did look much nicer anyway, and stuck down the sentiment, and the card is almost finished. I did use some sparkly clear glitter. Oh, I can't remember what that's called, but you probably have some too. And then I used some glossy accents on their beaks and their eyes. I considered it on their feet, but I didn't want to in the end. And yeah, it's a sweet little card, all finished. What do you think? I do have close-ups of all of these cards, and I hope this has given you a little idea. I did add another penguin to the background as well, and a little glitter on the ground. Thanks for watching. I hope I've given you some ideas, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and maybe give me a little thumbs up. Thanks.